Have you ever pondered about the origins of the land of the rising sun, Japan? Our journey begins in the Jomon period, stretching from around 13,000 years before Christ to 300 years before Christ. This era, named after its distinctive cord-marked pottery, was a time when the people of Japan were primarily hunter-gatherers, living off the bountiful land and sea. Yet, the wheel of time spins relentlessly, ushering in the Yayoi period. This era, spanning from 300 years before Christ to 300 years after, saw the dawn of new technologies. The Japanese people began to cultivate rice, forever changing their relationship with the land. They also discovered metalworking, crafting tools and weapons that would shape their future. These early periods, the Jomon and Yayoi, were pivotal. They laid the groundwork for the classical age of Japan, setting the stage for an extraordinary tale of evolution and revolution. These early periods laid the groundwork for the classical age of Japan. Now imagine stepping into the classical era of Japan, a time of great cultural growth and political change. Our journey begins in the Kofun period, stretching from 300 to 538 AD. The unification of the country under a single ruler was a significant milestone, but it was also during this time that a transformative cultural influence arrived: Buddhism. This philosophy from the mainland would soon permeate all aspects of Japanese society. Next, we find ourselves in the Asuka period, from 538 to 710 AD. Buddhism continued to flourish, and the influence of Chinese culture began to take root, marking a significant shift in Japanese society. Fast forward to the Nara and Heian periods, from 710 to 1185 AD. The Nara period saw the establishment of the permanent capital, and the Heian period witnessed the rise of literature. The world's first novel, The Tale of Genji, was penned during this time, reflecting the refined and sophisticated culture of the imperial court. Now, let's delve into the Kamakura, Muromachi, and Azuchi Momoyama periods, from 1185 to 1600 AD. It was during these tumultuous times that the shogunate was established and the age of warring states began. The Kamakura period witnessed the rise of the samurai class, while the Muromachi period was characterized by political instability and constant warfare. The Azuchi Momoyama period, on the other hand, saw the country gradually unify under powerful warlords. Each of these periods brought profound changes to Japan's social, political, and cultural landscape. From the introduction of Buddhism and Chinese influence in the Kofun and Asuka periods, to the establishment of the capital and the rise of literature in the Nara and Heian periods, and finally to the establishment of the shogunate and the age of warring states in the Kamakura, Muromachi, and Azuchi Momoyama periods. These eras saw the rise and fall of powerful families, each leaving their mark on Japan's long history. Fast forward to the Edo period, spanning from 1603 to 1868, where Japan chose to isolate itself from the rest of the world. But did it last? In this period, Japan adopted a policy of national seclusion, cutting off almost all contact with the outside world. This self-imposed isolation allowed the nation to preserve its unique culture and traditions, but it also meant that Japan lagged behind in terms of industrial progress. Then came the Meiji period, running from 1868 to 1912. It marked a significant turning point as Japan reopened its doors to the world. The country embarked on a journey of rapid industrialization and westernization. Factories sprouted, railways crisscrossed the nation, and Western-style buildings replaced traditional Japanese structures. Japan was catching up with the rest of the world, and it was doing so at an unprecedented pace. Moving on to the Showa period, from 1926 to 1989. This era witnessed the devastation of World War II, but also Japan's remarkable recovery. The country's post-war economic miracle is a testament to its resilience. Rising from the ashes, Japan transformed itself into a global economic powerhouse, renowned for its technology and innovation. From a country in isolation to an economic powerhouse, Japan's modern history is a tale of resilience and innovation. So, what can we take away from the rich tapestry that is Japan's history? From the early Jomon period, we see a culture rooted in nature. Progressing into the classical and feudal eras, we witness the establishment of a distinct societal structure and the birth of iconic samurai culture. As we move into the modern age, Japan's resilience shines, adapting and innovating in the face of adversity. As we look back, we see a nation that has continuously evolved, yet has never lost sight of its rich heritage and traditions. This is the history of Japan,